you had offered him the wages he wanted and the things he wanted, I'm sure he could talk to his agent and say, okay, well, let's work out the fees in such a way that it pays us. Whatever Reading is going to get as a percentage, that's going to be between Crystal Palace and Reading. And let's talk to Chelsea and let's work this thing out. But obviously, you weren't offering him, first and foremost, he's not getting anything that he wants from you. And you're going to be playing against teams that their names look like a Wi-Fi password.
I mean, Simon Phillips here has said that Chelsea agreed personal terms with Michael Olise last summer, and I'm meant to believe he's now asking for a fortune to sign this summer. He says, I think it's the percentages owed to other clubs, and Olise himself is the sticking point. And I think that
wages are an issue. I don't believe wages are an issue.
What are you saying, Ches?
Yeah, I've got to cut in it, so I thought I'd jump on quickly. You know what it is? I think it's a simple case of Chelsea didn't get the player in it, so that's the fact in it. The semantics around it, where you want to look at it, just have his point of view, Dave's point of view, where they don't want to pay the money, Two things I'll say to that point there. This time last year, we just finished 12th, and we beat a signing to Liverpool for a guy that was joining a dysfunctional team with a dysfunctional manager, and we still managed to land one of the better young midfielders in the league. Just that same year, we signed Enzo, who was the young player of the World Cup, if I'm correct, from rivals. And the reason why we paid extra is because he would have gone to rivals in the summer. So therefore, we paid a premium, etc., etc. So the point of this summer, for example, for Olise, I think it's just a mere fact that Bayern is a better club than us right now. I don't think it's more of a case of like we didn't want to do what we could do. I think what most of us is right, where if we offer the same money as Bayern Munich, 9 times out of 10, most players choose Bayern Munich. Even if I believe my project will work, we're not there right now. But my only argument was, when I was speaking about this, is he wouldn't go to Man United over us because I think our project is better than Man United's. But I wouldn't say our project's better than Bayern's. So I don't really think it's more far-fetched, and I don't really think I'm going to read into this one too much. Guess what, Terrace?
So you rate Vincent Kompany over Maresca?
Sorry?
You rate Vincent Kompany over Maresca?
That's a really poor point there. Do you know why?
No, I'm asking that. You said the project because they're both just about to start their projects. Bayern is a bigger club. That's what Bayern is a bigger club. That's what you should have said. I'm just saying when you said project, I'm talking about the managers. Now I just switched to managers.
Let me finish my point.
But club-wise, yes.
Let me finish my point. That question was kind of silly. Let's be honest. Bayern Munich win the Champions League. Chelsea win the Champions League. I'd have a lot more chest. I'd be a lot more pissed off. We're not in the Champions League. We're in the fucking Conference League. I'm not expecting Michael Olise, being the border he is, if he's going to choose between Bayern and Chelsea, to choose Chelsea. As much as it annoys me, and Andrew might be like, Ches, get with the facts, it's just a reality situation. Whereas if we went to Man U or to another club like that, even though the Europa League, which is higher than the Conference League, that would annoy me more because I don't think their project is as good as mine. But if you're going to compare it to Bayern Munich, who will pay the same money with better players right now, we could all agree, then that's what I think it is. I don't really think it's Chelsea don't want to pay money, because this literally last year, this time, Liverpool offered the same money as Chelsea to Caicedo. Now, people told me it's the money. That's factually incorrect. The money was virtually similar. Even Liverpool said that. The difference was he had an agreement with us that he wanted to fulfill. But guess what? If they were that much better than us, which they are, by the way, last season they finished third, we finished 6th, why would you choose Chelsea over Liverpool?
Why? So
don't give me semantics. Why did Caicedo?
You also offered him 8 years, by the way, Ches.
You asked the question last year. Why are we discussing this transfer?
Andrew, you missed my whole point, or what?
I'm just
guys. Let's let Sam answer, please. Guys, let Sam answer, please.
We're talking about Caicedo. Obviously, listen, he made the biggest mistake of his life. We all know this. But Caicedo chose Chelsea simply because he gave them his word. It's come out. The agent said it. He said it. Even has job security with the thing. But Ches saying, "Oh yeah, we could have got the player in it." No, you couldn't have, because it's reported literally by the same people that you're quoting that he wants to play Champions League football. So no, you couldn't have. So it's not just simply a matter of money thing. Second of all, if you want to sign players of quality in the English Premier League,
when did I mention Olise chose Bayern for the money? I never said that.
I never said that. You see how you always listen to respond? Listen to understand.
Get correct.
At the start, you came here and you said we could have got the player, in it. No, you couldn't have got the player because you wanted Champions League football. So where do we go from here? Second of all,
go. I'll let you finish.
Yeah. Second of all, when it comes to signing players and actual quality players from the Premier League, when you want to do quality players from the English Premier League, you're gonna have to pay them money. If I want to go, let's say Liverpool, for example, have been interested in Guehi for the last 2 years, right? If we want to sign Guehi from Crystal Palace, I know for a fact he ain't going to accept 70 grand a week. But if I sign Estevao, he will. If I sign Duran, he will. If I sign all these kids, they will. That's the difference here. So you have to pay a respectable Premier League wage for a respectable Premier League footballer.
Can I ask you a question, Chez? I think you made some good points. I really do. You know, and I love your honesty about he just said no to us, because I feel that's pretty much it. And I have the same energy for my club when we don't get players that we want. But you're also stating that you don't think it's because of the sort of this wage cap thing around you're not going to spend that amount of money. If you get to the end of the summer and you haven't signed any you haven't signed attacking players of the Olise level or above that earn 180, 200, and it's sort of the Durans of this world coming in at 40, 50, 60 Ks, is that going to worry you that your club isn't trying to buy the talent needed to get you back into the Champions League?
So your question, yeah, is framed in a good way, because there's two parts to it. We did try and get Olise. So if we didn't try and get him and we pulled out because he was asking for this many wages, the reports have been, Mo's seen it, you've seen, you do streams on it, Hassan does streams on it. Chelsea have been pushing with the player for a whole week now. We've been seeing, is that correct, right? We've been seeing Chelsea are pushing. What they're trying to do is trying to persuade him to lower his wage demands. So he was trying to get the player. It's not like he wanted 250k and said, nah, see you later, mate. We tried to go him down. But your question was, am I going to be worried if we don't sign his level or above? I will be worried. But the problem is that he chose Bayern over us. So if he had stayed at Crystal Palace, that's more of an issue for me.
No, I get that. I understand that. I understand your element, Chez. You're sort of rejecting Chelsea's media briefing that is they walked away because the wage demands were too high. That is what Chelsea.
Bayern just have Champions League.
No, I understand that. But Chelsea have briefed David Ornstein, and I'm paraphrasing slightly, but have said that we walked away because he was demanding too much wages. You're rejecting that story. You just think that the players chose Bayern, which I agree with to a certain extent. The problem is, if you don't sign anybody else of that level, because there are quality players out there and everybody is a level or two below that's being paid less, that means Chelsea, to a degree, because you've just sort of said they were trying to get his wages, are telling you that they're not prepared to pay the money that players of that level get paid. That would concern me going into the third year of your time under Clearlake, because now you're starting to strip back. I just want to get your take on that.
Yes, I get what you mean in terms of, like, you could use this example and use it as a microcosm for the future. But I could also use examples of Enzo Caicedo, like I was talking to Hassan about before, and use those, where those were players who had hype, they were expensive, and we did pay the money transfer fee and the wages to bring them in over the rivals. It wasn't just players who were young from the Brazilian league. So that's what I'm showing you is the balance. I agree with Dale when he says we didn't want to pay the money. I've already said that. But if someone said to me, Champions League Bayern or Chelsea's project, even me being non-biased, I can admit Bayern's project is better than ours. I even said on the stream earlier, I said, if Musiala next year was going to side, he's choosing Bayern over every single club barring City. And I don't think no one could disagree with that.
Yeah. No, listen, I totally understand why. I totally understand that. I suppose that the question that I'm asking is more, I understand that you did pay big transfer fees for players like the Enzos and the like, and you spent a lot of money in year one on salaries as well. The problem is that your club seems to now be stripping back because it has these financial issues. So although you've spent big in the past, you know, we just had, like, Winter Surfer hits here and say it's about things like the add-on fees and the agent fees as well, not just the salary. So that sounds like you are having to strip back because the income isn't there anymore. And the problem that you've got, if you're not buying the quality of player, if you're buying the Durans of this world, I don't see how you get back into the Champions League.
Terry, just quickly, as Dale goes.
Can I just...
What's it there, because I need to go in it. What Terry said was right earlier. If Chelsea don't make Champions League and stagnate, then your point and the rest of your points will become to fruition. So if we stagnate, this becomes a problem. But if we go up and we get top 4 and win a trophy, then I'm vindicated. Because then what would happen is you gain more money and therefore wages can go up. All they're saying is basically, very simply, I'll put it down to you, we want to buy young potential from the league and other leagues, progress them ourselves, and that's how we're going to build up our star players, world-class players. One sec. People keep telling me they're going to flip players. You don't fucking buy Caicedo for 150 million to flip him. You don't flip 150 million. That's poor logic. You maybe flip the Madueke case, cost 30 million.
Yeah,
But
I
the
think that's what
Jackson's-
people mean. I think people mean they're going to flip some of the players that are barely kicking ball for you. I think that's what
There
they
we
mean.
go. There's the ones you're going to flip. That's part of the business model. They're not going to flip fucking Enzo Fernandez.
Guys, why can't you just see it? Why
Can
can't
I,
you just
Chaz,
see
can
what's
I,
happening?
Chaz,
Why
can I
can't
just say this, right?
what's happening
Make it
and
brief. I'll go
anticipate
there.
what's
Let me,
going
let me go to Dio, and then we'll come back to you guys.
I
Go on,
think
Dio.
it's pretty simple. Like Chelsea has spent a lot of money in the first 2 years of their development of their project, and now they're in a place where you're cash strapped and you can't really put the money down for the players that you need to get to take you to the next level.